Yes, welcome to the RWB Arsenalist channel, where we analyze and assess the matches and players of our Arsenal Football Club. The first three matches of Arsenal's preseason tour have brought great insight into the style and tactics of Arsenal in the upcoming season. In this video, I will give an analysis of how Arteta intends to organize the team and how the roles of certain players will shape the overall play. When in possession, Arsenal convert from a 4-3-3 formation to a 2-2-3-3 or a 3-4-3 formation when playing out from the back. They mainly use the 2-2-3-3 formation, and this method usually utilizes the left fullback as an extra midfielder to carry the play forward through the middle, at which point possession is carried to the attacking third via either wing, and depending on who is on the ball, we get a different approach in how a goal-scoring opportunity is created. When the play is directed to the right towards Saka, an attempt to create an opportunity is usually fashioned between him, Ben White, and either Odegaard or Nwaneri in the 10 role. We either see Ben White overlap for a cross into the box, or either Saka or the number 10 playing their way into the box, or shaping an opportunity at the edge of the box. When the play is directed to the left, the winger is supported by either Rice or Marino to create an opportunity for themselves or the striker. How that happens varies depending on the group of midfielders that are in the game. Simply put, the shape of play is significantly influenced by the midfield combinations that are at Arteta's disposal. With Norgard, you get a player that operates like a typical holding midfielder, with occasional advances on the right to support Ben White and Saka in advancing the play. Even more so when Nwaneri is the other midfielder, as he tries to drift more centrally or target the space between the fullback and the centre-back. When the ball is on the other side of the pitch, Norgard positions himself to cover for the other midfielder and the fullback in the event that the opposing team gets an opportunity to counter-attack. Zubomendi operates a bit different from Norgard while playing in the same position. He plays a bit like a mirror image of Declan Rice when they are both on the pitch, such that when the play is through the middle or along the right, he makes movements along the box, sometimes even making runs into the box. And he can do this comfortably since Rice operates as a cover for the space, or even Odegaard at times. Speaking of Odegaard, his role is not much different from last season it seems. He tends to bring the ball out from defense and transition the play to an attacking one, where he overloads the right side with Saka and Ben White and aims to draw players towards them to free the striker or whoever is hovering around the box. When playing in this position, Nwaneri moves a bit different from Odegaard. He tends to drift centrally to provide support to the striker a bit more. For the times that he supports Saka, they both alternate who stays at the top of the box and who makes the overlapping run, with Ben White nearby, ready to provide a clinical cross. Moving to the other side of the midfield, we have Declan Rice. Depending on the state of play, Rice operates as either an additional holding midfielder or an attacking option when the play is on the left. He either makes the overlapping run for the winger or makes himself available at the top of the box to either make a pass for the winger or to cycle the play to the right. When Mourinho plays in this position, however, he operates more like a support striker, often spreading the play wide to give himself time to pressure the central defenders in order to free the striker, or he himself becomes the target for the crosses into the box. When Mourinho is on the field, the left fullback is the one that would support the winger, and the holding midfielder positions himself to provide cover to the left in the event of a counter-attack. So, as you can see, with this many variations in midfield, Arsenal should have no issue finding the best combinations to open up the different defensive styles that we will come up against in the league. Arsenal's defensive tactics seem to operate in a few ways. Arsenal utilize a persistent press when the opponent is playing out from the back in an attempt to force the long ball or to intercept the short pass. The long passes tend to be dealt with by Saliba when they occur on the right, and either by Rice or the other defender when they occur on the left, with the holding midfielder filling into the open space as the rest of the team retreat to get back into shape. When the opponent has possession in midfield, Arsenal create a sort of defensive bubble in the midfield in order to split the opponent's lines into two separate sections. With no means to operate in the midfield, the opposing team has to play either wide or long. When the opposing team is in our defensive third, the team organizes in such a way that they cannot penetrate through the center and have to shuffle wide. Then, when they play the ball back to get a better vantage point, the players press the person on the ball in a way that they have to retreat even further back, thus eliminating the pressure on our defense. From these three matches, we have gotten a general idea of how some of the new players will operate in the team, and the possibilities that can occur in the midfield in the new season. Hopefully, after the next match, we can get an assessment of the new striker Gyökeres and how different he operates compared to Havertz. We also have to see how Madueke and Mosquera will be utilized. And with that, we've come to the end of my review of the first three Arsenal friendlies. If you've enjoyed this post-match breakdown, smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss out on any further match reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.